Welcome to Kids Express.
Join us as we see kids express their love for Jesus
while developing their character.
on Kids Express!
Welcome. Today on Kids Express, we're going to meet two brothers who have stepped up to get involved with projects to help others learn about Jesus. I'm Aunt Francine.
And I am Sofia. Can you guess where in the world today's guest comes from? Can you identify what state? If you guess New Mexico, you're correct. Let's welcome Azriel and Gabrielle.
Welcome, Azriel and Gabrielle. How are you?
Hi.
Good, how about you?
Doing well. So I think both of us, what do you call these again? Because I keep saying it. Bischitos? Biscochitos. And you have some there too, right? Tell us about that. So these are like biscuit-like cookies?
They're like butter cookies.
Butter
but they're
cookies.
more sandy.
Sandy. Okay, so they have a more of a texture. Okay.
There you go.
Very nice. So tell us a little bit about New Mexico specifically.
Mexico? Take the floor, Gabriel. No. Alright. So, New Mexico, our capital is Santa Fe. And it has a population of a total of 86,000. Wow. And it's not that big. Like, compared to other capitals, they're like massive populations. But ours is small. Even though it has an interesting past as well. Because during, how would you say this, in Nuevo Mexico, in the Spanish Empire in 1610, it was made in there in the 1610. And it is today one of the oldest capitals in the U.S.
Interesting. Well, I thought something about New Mexico is like 1/3 of the whole population knows Spanish.
Spanish, yeah.
I thought that was kind of interesting. That means a lot of people know Spanish, and I think a lot of us could learn a different language. So that's kind of interesting. Do you both speak 2 languages?
Yes. You can technically speak 2 languages.
I'm
trying to speak 3. I'm trying to learn our native English and Spanish. Spanish is difficult. For some reason, I can't get it.
Okay, that's interesting. So I'm glad that both of you are brothers. Now, there's a few years apart from each other. How many years apart are you?
Oh, let's see.
I think we're 7 or 8. We're 7 or 8.
I'm surprised you remember
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty good. So you're about 7, 8 years apart. That's awesome. So tell me, how are you, Azriel, we'll start with you. How are you sharing Jesus? What's something that you do? Because you're becoming a young man now, and there's some more things that you're trying to do that you're sharing the love of Jesus. What's something that you've done?
Oh, me and Gabriel have done these glow track things where we would go out into the community and give out glow tracks.
Okay.
With either or 2. And a second thing I've done is a missionary trip. We held it in Kenya, Arizona. And this missionary trip was called Maranatha Ultimate Workout 2.
Oh, wow.
This mission trip lasted for about 7 days. And during those 7 days, we'd have 4 groups. Now, these 4 groups would interchange depending on what they wanted to do. Because we either had the chance or we had the choice to go help build the school. We could go help with Vacation Bible School. We could also go out, help out the Navajo with any other building project they had. And as well, we could also help build a greenhouse, which was really cool actually. But man, it's a lot of work. Like, you're doing these holes with these, I think they're like shovel things, but they're like rounded and they...
Yeah, they're post hole diggers. I think they're called post hole diggers. Yeah, they to put some of those beams in. Yeah.
And my arm.
That's interesting. And so you were able to do a mission trip. Now, you know, many of us probably haven't gone on a mission trip yet because some of us are kind of young. Have you been on a mission trip?
No, I haven't actually.
Yeah, unless you count something locally around, you know, your neighborhood. So you went far away and you had to earn some money to go on this mission trip? Yeah, and so what was the biggest thing that you learned about that, Azriel?
Biggest thing that I've learned? Would
you do it again and talk about the people?
It was awesome. Like, we would have like these small chapels. Mm-hmm. Like, I think after the end of the day, and we would sing, and our pastor would do his sermons like these, and it was awesome. I loved the experience. And as well, too, I remember a time where me and my friends that I made over there's this one guy named Isaac, and I ran with him. And dude was pretty cool. He was outgoing.
He was really.
We went up. We went out to this, like, how would you say this, rock formation. And it was also a mix of a rock formation and a shooting range, but nobody was there. So we went up there and we explored the area around, and we also had like this small devotion. I can't remember it now, but man, when it was like early morning, and when the sun rose up, it was cool. The view was awesome.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot. I like mission trips because you get to meet people that don't have as much as we have, and we take a lot for granted. And these people are like so happy. Did they have a welcoming committee for you? And what specifically did you do in this mission trip? Were you building something, or what aspect of the mission trip did you do?
Mix of all of them. We helped build. We also helped, how do you say this, with the children as we do Vacation Bible School.
Okay, so you did a Vacation Bible School, yeah. We have a picture of you like passing out some of these yellow bags and getting things out in the community. Was that part of your glow tracks? Was there anything else in those bags?
We would just carry the yellow bag saying glow, and there were just glow tracks in there.
There were glow tracks that you were passing out?
During COVID, we had we put them in these plastic bags with like a mint candy in them.
Oh,
No, we still do that.
Yeah, and how often do you do that, Gabrielle?
Every once a month.
Every once a month. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you have a question for them, or?
Do you enjoy doing it?
Yes.
That's good. So what's something that you enjoy? Is it the people that you enjoy talking to, or what do you enjoy doing? That could be either of you.
It's basically just talking to people.
You like talking to people? Are you a good social person that likes to talk with people?
I do, but it's kind of scary.
It is kind of scary. You're right. So, wherever we are, sometimes God is developing our character. And I know we had this little conversation about how God is working on each one of us. And sometimes it's something different. And we might talk about a word, but what is something that you feel like maybe both of you are working toward?
Working toward? Oh, for me? Oh, you don't know it?
That's right.
For me, I'm working on my integrity and my responsibilities.
Integrity and responsibilities. Now, you know what responsibilities are.
Yeah.
What is responsibilities?
You have if somebody tells you that you have to take out the trash, you're responsible to take out the trash.
And you're going to go do it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what integrity. What would you say integrity is, Gabriel or Israel?
Well, integrity is like doing what you do and doing what you say practically.
You're right.
For example, principles. You have your list or set of principles, and you keep your principles. You don't break any one of them, no matter the situation, whether it be not to lie or whether it be not to steal.
You're right. It's like the word honesty comes to mind, and showing good, strong morals and standing up for what you believe in. And it's always being honest with everything that you have. And sometimes, we need to examine our own morals. So how can we build integrity? For those of you that are at home, there's things that we can do to build our integrity and to constantly be evaluating our morals. So that's another thing, is that we can evaluate our morals. Like, reflect on what things are important to you. Sometimes that would help us, right? And another thing is that you want to be a good role model. So, Azriel, you're a good role model for Gabrielle, right?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. And that's where I appreciate you being honest, because that's what you're saying that you want to work on. Like, you realize that sometimes you're not setting that good example for your younger brother, right? And that he's going to look up to you for that example. You're right. And there's some other things, and sometimes integrity also means to stand up for what you believe in. Like, if you see something that's not right, you're going to say something about it or encourage other people to do the right thing. So if you see Gabriel doing something he's not supposed to be doing, you're going to call him out and say, hey, let's try this instead, right? That's part of being...
responsible.
Yeah. So what's another thing that you feel like is a good example that you've had to work on integrity? What aspect do you feel like comes up often that you want to work on?
Me?
Yeah.
About my integrity and responsibilities. For my responsibilities, it's most like getting my work done because I procrastinate a lot. Like I say to my brother, "Oh, Gabriel, do this, do that. We need to finish this." And when you look at me, I'm like, I ain't got nothing done.
Yeah.
Especially for my
And that comes back to, you know, whatever you say you're going to do, you're going to actually do it. So you telling your brother to, you know, go do it, you better be practicing what you're preaching also, right? That's part of integrity, you're right. And then choosing your friends. Like if you had friends that don't have good morals, is that going to help you?
No.
With good morals?
No.
Not necessarily.
You're getting the morals from them because you see their example and
You're
you
right.
want to follow their example.
You're right. And so we want to be able to do that. Now, I don't know, do either of you have a Bible in front of you? I didn't tell you to go get a Bible, but you know what? We have a Bible text. Oh, good job, Ezriel. Can you look up Proverbs 20, verse 7? And I think that would be a text that we could look up. So if you can look up Proverbs 20, verse 7. And you know, each of us have an ability to be that example. And I like what this Bible text says. Do you have it ready? It is Proverbs 20, verse 7.
Hey, I'm almost there.
Almost there. That's okay.
The righteous man walks in his integrity. His children are blessed after him.
So integrity, again, what does it say? The righteous man walks in integrity. So if we walk in integrity, if we look to ways of being honest, to practice what we're saying, and to do what we said we were going to do, that's all. And then what happens? People from your generation or the people around you are going to be what? What does it say? Blessed.
Yeah.
Because of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be encouraging others. I think it's about time for our questions. The time is just flying by.
I know, right? This question goes to Aunt Francine from Mackenzie. She wants to know, will everybody on earth be able to see Jesus when he comes through the clouds?
I like that question. Will everybody be able to see Jesus when he comes through the clouds? And what's your answer? Absolutely. And you know that is found in Revelation 1, verse 7. And I'm going to go to that real quick. Behold, he is coming with the clouds, and every eye will see him, even they who pierced him, and all the tribes of the earth will mourn because of him. Even so, amen. So that means that everybody will have a chance to see Jesus. Yeah. Aren't you excited? Now, who was our best example?
God.
God. And who was on earth that represented God?
Jesus.
Jesus. Jesus is our biggest example of who we should be like. And I like the phrase of what would Jesus do? Sometimes have you heard that phrase, what would Jesus do?
Yeah.
Yeah. What would Jesus do? And was he always honest?
Yes.
Did Jesus tell a lie?
No.
Not really. He wasn't going to tell a lie. I mean, technically he could have lied.
But he wasn't.
He would never. You're right. And so we need to be honest. We need to practice what we say and to be that good example. Aren't you glad that we have somebody that is our example? Do you have somebody that you look up to, Gabrielle? Who do you look up to, Gabrielle?
Mom. I knew it.
I'm glad that each of us have good parents, and especially like our moms. We all have somebody that we can look up to. So remember, kids, that Jesus is coming soon. Until then, strive to have integrity in everything you do. Thank you for joining us on Kids Express! Let's have some bushitos. You've got yours? Let's go!